What is going on, everybody? Look, I made this video because there's so many of us out there that are trying our hardest, grinding every day, putting in the work, editing, producing videos, more editing, social posts, scheduling, doing all these things to try to get a pop, try to get buzz, try to get noticed, so we can kind of experience our dreams kind of come true when it comes to if you're in the motovlog arena, the niche of YouTube or social media in general, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, etc. And you're trying to build a community. So eventually, whatever it is that your goals are, whether it's to be able to monetize your content and be able to get paid on top of doing the stuff that you love doing, which is creating motovlog content, or whatever it is that your goal is, we're putting in a lot of work, and a lot of us are small and we don't get the notoriety, we don't get noticed as much as we think we should, or as much as we should for the content that we produce. And I was thinking about it a lot, and I was running a lot of analysis on my own analytics on YouTube to try to see where I'm kind of falling short, or what I'm actually producing, where the numbers coming from, etc. And I never really do that because it's a lot, and I hate doing that kind of stuff. But you also got to do that with your competitors. You got to see what they're doing right, what they're promoting, not necessarily promoting, but what they're doing good, that's working, and what it looks like compared to what you're doing and not producing or not providing. So I started doing that, man. And the reason why I was so shocked when I came across this information on another fellow motovlogger, which I have been following on Instagram, YouTube. I was trying to do some analysis to see hey, what are they doing that's really, really good that I could possibly be doing on my own channel? What kind of information are they providing? And I came across Rails, which I have been following for a while, and he makes really good content. And he makes really good content, and this is the issue that I'm having. The issue that I'm having is that when I started doing the analysis on the views and the subscribers and stuff like that, his analytics look strange as hell. He has been getting, in the past year that I just looked alone, he is getting 10 plus, he's getting subscribers by 10 plus in the day, every day. And the days that he's not getting subscribers, his subscribers don't move at all. Doesn't go down. He hasn't lost a single subscriber in at least the last year. And so I thought it was so strange. And literally he's getting them 10 plus a day. If not, it's going up to 20, 30, 40, 60. I'm going to put up the analytics on the left or the right here. And this is alleged. I'm not saying that he is botting and buying, but it looks to be that way. And it's so strange because I'm he makes really good content. The only thing I can think of is that he feels and other people like that in the same space feel like their work deserves recognition, and they're gonna fake it till they make it. And obviously this is why it's really, really hard for small motovloggers to get notices, because you got to compete with other people who don't want to have that integrity, don't want to wait, and they're going to just try to buy their way into engagement. They're going to buy their way until people notice them. And it's definitely like that on Instagram. It's crazy on Instagram. Everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying the majority of people are just buying engagement. And some of those people you'll see, they'll disappear because their accounts either got smashed by the platform, and then it'll just restart again. And it's the same here on YouTube. A lot of people will, they will buy engagement until YouTube shadow bans them. And what I mean by shadow ban is that YouTube won't necessarily ban you, but they will either not suggest your videos because they realize that through their algorithms that your engagement that you're having doesn't match the numbers, right? Things aren't adding up. And so eventually what will happen is that people that are buying the subs, they're buying the views, eventually they're going to have to stop, or they're just going to go balls to the wall and they're just going to keep doing it until they get the results that they are hoping that they're looking for. But eventually, when you stop buying the subs, you will see a massive drop off. You will see a massive, almost like a hard reset in the analytics. And haven't necessarily seen that on Boost's channel yet, but I have seen it on other people that I have yet to talk about. And I probably won't talk about it in this video, but I probably will in a future video. But when you look at his analytics, it's just a complete hill climb. There's no dips, there's no losses. And it's just, to me, it's just sad. And it pisses me off because, again, there are people like you and me, if you're watching this and you are on the smaller side, you're grinding, and you're not really seeing much for the effort yet. You will, I promise you. You just got to be consistent and just put out content that matters to you. But it's just a slap in the face, man. And so if you might see my riding video before or after this one, and it'll make more sense to you. And I was very angry in that video because it's like, damn, man, we over here are grinding every day. I'm grinding every day, right? And like, it's unfair that people are getting noticed by even other influencers, right? Even other influencers that are successful in this motovlogging sphere, that they're also getting noticed by other bigger influencers. And it's like, that's crazy. That must be a huge ego boost for like Busa and some of the other people that are doing this as well, since they're getting noticed. But it's like, dude, your content is literally all bought and paid for. Now, I'm not saying that here on YouTube, you shouldn't be allowed to promote your stuff. YouTube gives you a link. They give you a way to promote your videos, but that's going through them specifically, paying to promote your videos. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is when you go outside of the platform to do that, because then it's illegal. And when you go through YouTube, you're not guaranteed any type of numbers. You're just guaranteed to pay them and they'll promote it. If it's good content, it'll catch on. And it depends on how much money you put behind it. But with my analytics tool as well, you can see if they've had promoted videos. And for Busa, he hasn't had any promoted videos that they can find on the YouTube platform, which tells me, obviously, he's promoting it elsewhere. But it's just sad, man. It's absolutely sad. It's infuriating. It's very, very infuriating because, again, we continue to grind and promote our stuff the right way, and it's very, very slow on the come up. I'm not saying subscribers is everything, supporters are everything, but when you're trying to build a community, the best way to do it is organically. Eventually, it'll get up there if you have the consistency to continue doing it. It'll happen. The guys that we see at the top, their grind was crazy, and they kept doing it, and they kept doing it. Sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years plus doing it before they got any kind of recognition. And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? You just got to keep producing content and not get discouraged when you're not seeing the type of numbers or engagement that you feel that you should be getting. And that's the reason why I completely went with the strategy that I'm doing now, that I've done since I started this channel, was just simply start posting regularly, weekly, then daily. And now it's like multiple times a day, to command that attention, to get that attention. And, you know, it's going to pay off. But again, at the same time, it's just like very discouraging to see other people faking the funk, putting on a persona like they have captured the attention, and all it really is bought attention, paid attention. And it's not even paid the right way. So yes, babe.
Did you see my message?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I just didn't know.
I've seen it.
Oh, thank you.
So, you know, again, he's not the only one doing it, allegedly, but you can pull up your own analytics and compare yours to the ones that you've seen here. You know, if you have a Social Blade account, go to Social Blade, you know, try Social Blade. They should be able to see him or find him as well. But I'm using a different social called Playboard. And, you know, I'm so small, it doesn't even find me because I just don't have enough subscribers. But at some point you'll be able to find me. You might be able to find me on Social Blade. Possibly. They're very, very finicky. Usually they don't find you if you have like less than 1,000 subscribers or something like that. But yeah, go compare your own analytics to people that you may follow and start to look at what they're doing that they may be doing well and you may not be doing well. Start comparing those analytics to see where you stand. And some of the people that you come across, you're going to be like blown away. Like, this is crazy. These fools are botting. And again, he's not the only one. I've found somebody else that I've been following as well for a while. I know that he was botting on Instagram at some point. I'm not talking about Boosarels. I'm talking about another creator. As far as I know, when I looked at that and I found that from Busa, I looked at his Facebook, which told me everything I needed to know, that strongly alleged that he's doing this, strongly allegedly that he's doing this, that he's paying for botted stuff. Because when I looked at his Facebook page, he has the same amount of likes that he does have as followers on Instagram. Instagram, he has like over 31,000 followers and I don't know how many freaking likes and views and stuff. But when you go to his Facebook is like 31,000 likes, 0 followers. I don't know how that's possible, how 31,000 people could like your page and like your stuff, but you have 0 people following you from those likes. It's crazy. His TikTok is like, he's got like 1,000 people on TikTok and he's got way more engagement and views on TikTok than his subscriber base alleges. So, you know, it's just overall, it just looks like somebody who's like, hey, I'm going to get on here and make some dope ass content. And I can't handle people not watching it. You know, it's good content. That's what I don't understand. It's just like, hey man, just suck it up. If nobody watches, nobody watches. Eventually they'll watch. They'll catch on. You know what I mean? You make good content, eventually they'll watch. You know, it just takes time. So I don't know. To me, it's very strange. I'd love to hear what he has to say about it, although he doesn't owe anybody an explanation. Again, I titled this an exposed video because there are a lot of people out there doing it. And I feel like ultimately it makes it very, very hard for us who are really on the grind, really trying to build community. It makes it really hard for us to break out. It makes it really hard for us, for anybody to actually take you seriously and pay attention to you, because our numbers are going to be really, really low, but we produce fire content. And that's just something that you have to understand. And that's why I talk a lot about in my past videos, like just stop hoarding content. Stop hoarding content that you feel is fire. Because if you hoard it, you're thinking that it's more valuable than what other people are going to find it. And when you're small, nobody's going to watch it. So it can be the most fire video ever. You may have that breakout video where people pay attention to. It'll eventually come. Eventually it'll be that video. Sometimes it's the video that you don't even think is worth squat that ends up smacking, and you're just like, how the hell that video, I didn't even put that much into that video, like, and it's smacking. So just don't hoard your content, just put it out there, man. Who cares? I mean, if you can go and look at my end, I'll do a live one time and we'll just go through my video analytics and you can see how I put out a ton of long format content videos that sometimes they just don't get views. Sometimes they just don't. Sometimes it's like 20 views. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to let that discourage me from putting out more videos. You know what I mean? So I think people just have to be okay with that. And obviously there are people that are not. And the next person I'm going to be talking about in another video, I have a little more compassion for them. And the reason being is because I see that they now understand what they've done has been detrimental to what they're trying to do. And again, I talk about it before, when you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and you're going to do everything that you can to put on the appearance that you are one of the Joneses until it gets exhausting, or you just decide, look, it's not even worth it anymore. Forget it. I'm just going to do this thing organic the way I started out doing it, and whatever happens, happens. And I'm going to talk about him next. But again, it's not going to be it's going to be educational. And this is educational. This should be very educational. Who knows? Busarels may actually take off, and, he may actually get real organic followings. But I feel like what he's done in the last year period is a telltale sign of how his channel is probably going to play out. It's probably just going to be dead, and YouTube is probably not going to actually recommend his videos to anybody. And he's going to have to continue paying for, or allegedly paying for, engagement, because it sure looks that way based on what I'm seeing. I guarantee you, that's crazy how you can have a lot of days where you don't have any subscriber gains based on your trend of 10 plus 10 plus 10, 10 plus 10 plus 10. But at the same time, your videos get no views in that time period where you have no subscribers. Lets me know that YouTube ain't recommending your video, aka shadow ban, to anybody, right? So yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. And that's why I also talk about going live as well. Live can be a really, really positive tool for your channel and community building, because it also lets people know that you're not just a bot releasing videos all the time. Like, you're a real person. Come connect, let's talk, let's vibe. And I don't think any of these people have ever done lives. I don't think they've ever done lives. And I think it'll be pretty embarrassing based on some of their numbers, how many people would actually show up, because I don't think they really have that much real engagement. So yeah, the other guy that I'm going to be talking about later on, he's in a better place. I think he's in a better place. And I think if he stops now, which I think he's tried, at least on his analytics, it's a big difference. You can see YouTube actually taking away the dead subs as he placed the subs, as he bought them. You can see YouTube taking them away. And so I think he probably got demonetized, which is probably why he's trying to reverse the damage now. And I respect that. And hopefully it ends up better for him. I think it will. I just think people have to just be authentic, man, and just let the chips fall where they may, right? Just let them fall where they may. Eventually, if you continue producing, continue loving what you're doing, you're going to get the attention that you deserve. All right. So again, this is not a bashing video. All the best to Busa. Keep making great content. Just let the community be the judge of your attention at this point. Eventually you'll grow organically. Just be okay with that. You know what I mean? Be okay with that. Be okay with that. You're going to drop fire videos that you think everybody should be watching, and just accept that because you're small, or nobody's going to watch it. It just is what it is. Keep moving forward until people do pay attention. Anyways, catch you in the next video. Peace.